Hello, it's Misty, Thrifter, Junker, Vintage Hunter, and I am finally doing my very first what sold on eBay video. We will see how these go, and let's see if I can continue to do them. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent on the content that I post and the frequency that I post videos. If you are interested in reselling content regarding eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy, then stay tuned. I'll be posting weekly thrift hauls and what sold videos. So I would really appreciate you liking my channel and helping my channel grow. So it just gets me motivated to get more of these done. However, let's go ahead and get on with the haul. This haul is from the week of March 25th through April 1st. So all of the sales that I'm posting now are just from a Monday to Monday basis. So it's just easier for me to keep track. And in that 7-day time frame, I had sold 21 items on eBay. And my sales were $355. That is my gross sales. So just keep that in mind. And I do sell on other platforms besides eBay, but eBay is the one that I consistently sell the most on in a week. Not necessarily the most in sales, but the most in items on eBay. So, and I do sell a hodgepodge of hard goods and clothing and vintage and those things. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is an item from my FabFitFun box. Now, I do subscribe to the FabFitFun box. You get a box. It's like $45 or $48, and you pay for it quarterly. I am not like the member of the Get Things Early. I just pay the general basic membership. But some of the things I don't keep a lot of them. I mainly resell a lot of them. It does add some variety to my store as far as Poshmark goes, to add some makeup and those types of items. They're all brand new, and they're typically pretty high-end items. The first thing that I sold within a couple days, is this Cosmetics Glow Bamboo Brightening Mask. I sold it for $18.99. It shipped first class, so I did include shipping with that. And again, this $18.99 was, I did offer free shipping on that, but for the entire box, I paid $45. So I'm okay with that. And I typically do make some money back selling those items. All right, the next item that I sold was this cute little kitty cat planter. It's a vintage little pottery planter. It did not have any markings on the bottom whatsoever. It had no damage on this at all. I sold it for $9.99 and with $7.95 shipping. I did list it at an auction just because I kind of wanted to see how this planter would go. I haven't sold any planters before online. I sell them in my antique shop too. So I just wanted to see how planters would do, and I knew that the subject matter being a little kitty cat would help. And I actually had this in one of my haul videos that I previously posted, but she's very cute. She did not ship first class, so she did ship priority. And so the customer paid $7.85 for that, and it was an auction. And I think I paid like $2.99 for this in a thrift store. No, in a antique mall. All right. The next item is this mid-century hand-blowed orange swirl glass votive holder. Now, I have 3 of these, 2 orange ones and 1 blue one. I had these in my shop for 4 years. So they've been sitting on a shelf in my antique shop for 4 years, and I have not sold them. Typically in my area that I live in, mid-century modern items are not a high selling or a high sought after object. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and grab some of this stuff and I'm going to try listing it on Etsy and eBay. I sold one of them on Etsy and I sold one of them on eBay, and I have the blue, no, I had sold the blue one. I had a blue one, an orange, two orange ones. I sold the blue one on Etsy. I sold one of the orange ones on eBay, and I have another orange one left. And like I said, this has been sitting in my shop for about 4 years. And I don't even remember what I paid for it. Next to nothing, I'm sure. But I did list it at an auction because I was curious to see how it would sell. And it sold for $9.99, one bid, and the buyer paid $5.19 shipping. It did ship priority because of the padding. It tended. Sometimes you have to look out for that too. If something, a glass item, feels lightweight, you have to look at what your packing materials will add to your shipping fees there. So I typically, on glass item things that require extra padding, because this is pretty thin glass, then I will ship that priority. So I'll charge the buyer. All right. The next thing was this Garmin touchscreen GPS system. My husband and I found this at the bins. So we probably paid altogether maybe $2 for it. Maybe not even that, maybe $1 for it, because we pay $1.19 a pound at our bins. And it sold for $19.77 with free shipping. And this did ship priority. But since we got it at the bins, our cost of goods were so low that I was happy to sell it for $19.77. All right. The next thing that I sold this week were these Lucky Brand women's, the Emmy Black leather ballet flats. I got these at Goodwill and I paid $4.50 for them, as I do all shoes that I buy at Goodwill. And they sold for $28.50. I did ship them free because they did ship first class. So $28.50 was the cost that I got, what I sold these for. These sell very, very fast. So these were in great condition. You can see that the stickers were still on the bottoms of the shoes. So whenever you see these Lucky Brand Emmy flats, pick them up. These were just in excellent condition. All right. The next item that I sold this past week is something that my husband found at Goodwill. They are these Adidas Porsche design. I guess I should be clicking on this video. Porsche design shoes, like driving shoes. They were kind of a silvery blue color, and they were also in great condition. He cleaned them up a little bit, but they generally were in very, very good condition. And we paid $4.50 for these at our Goodwill, and we sold them for $55.60. We did have free shipping on those, and they were pretty lightweight. They did ship out priority. And so I don't know, I kind of second guessed. Usually with shoes, I don't list them free. So I, for some reason, listed these for free shipping, but typically with shoes, because I know they're going to ship priority, I will list them with shipping. But I'm still okay with that. Our profits were still good with that. All right. This next mug was kind of a don't buy. So this mug did not have any brand on it. It had a crack in the lid. But I've had it forever, and I'm kind of going through the point where I'm needing to purge some of the things that are just not selling, and I'm going to redonate them. But I went ahead and listed this at an auction, I think for like $2.25, and somebody bought it for $2.25. But I did charge them shipping, so really I made no money on this mug after fees were taken out. But it did provide some movement in my store, so there's that. So, I don't know. You live and you learn. At least it wasn't free shipping. Okay, this Kith Diamond Supply t-shirt, my husband found. He is so good at finding these men's, high-end men's clothing. So here's the tag, Kith Diamond Supply. It was a size large, and it was a collaboration. The Kith the Kith and the Diamond Supply Company collaborated on the making of this shirt, and it had the Tiffany blue diamond print there. It was in excellent condition. I'm normally very leery of buying white items, but this was flawless. We sold it for, we paid $1.99 for this shirt, which was amazing. It's an amazing find at Goodwill. We sold it on auction because the prices were kind of all over the place. And typically when the prices are all over the place, we'll put it at an auction just to kind of see how it goes. And this one sold for $31. We did have free shipping on this because it does ship first class. Typically on auctions, I do not add free shipping. But this one, we went ahead and gave it a try. I had 2 bids. And I think I started it at $15, so the 2 bids got bid up to $31. All right, the next item that I sold this past week is a Dr. Pepper t-shirt. I had 2 of these, and I bought them last summer, and they've been listed forever. I listed this one at $16.75. It did finally sell. The buyer did pay $5.19 shipping, so I'm not even sure why I had. Typically, oh, I know why. I marked it down. That's why I marked it way down, and I went ahead and had the shipping fees not included with this, and it finally sold. This one was a size 2XL, so it was a good size, but I was ready to see it go. I sold the other one last summer, and I still had this one. So I was happy to see it go. And I paid $1.99 for this at Goodwill. All right, the next thing was a surprising buy. We just kind of threw this up there just to see what it would do. It is a Michael Jackson cassette tape. It does work. We did test it, but it was not brand new. It had scratches on the cover, but we just wanted to see how it would do, and it sold for $12.99. We did do free shipping. It did ship media mail, so it was like $2 or $2.50 for shipping. So we paid 99 cents. No, I think we paid a quarter for this at a yard sale. So sometimes these cassette tapes do pretty good. So $12.99. All right, the next thing that I sold this past week on eBay was this Life is Good Daisy Crusher tee. It's a classic fit V-neck. And the size, it's an extra large. So it's a good size. And I sold it for $16.25. It did ship free. And I paid, I believe $1.99 for this one as well at Goodwill. So Life is Good is kind of one of those things. They're good shirts, but they just don't sell like they used to. But I'm okay with my profits from this, since I did pay $1.99 for it. Even shipping it free, I still made a profit on this shirt. So, all right. Next thing is the Bop It. This Bop It I've had forever too. And I actually have like 3 more of them. So, finally sold this Bop It. It does work. It's the onyx, so you can kind of see through the plastic here. I took a best offer for this. Because I've had it forever. I think I had it listed at like $22.50, and they sent me an offer for $19.75, and I accepted. The buyer paid shipping. The shipping was actually a little bit more than this. It was like $1 more than this, but I still was happy to see it go. I got this. I got it on half price day at Goodwill, so I think I paid $1 for it. And I will not buy Bop Its again unless they're brand new in package. All right. The next thing that I sold on eBay this past week was this beautiful 100% silk vintage Victoria's Secret spaghetti strap nightie. I paid $1.99. I love my Goodwill still prices pajamas at $1.99, and swimsuits, which is great. So I paid $1.99 for this. There's the label. So it's not the vintage label. It's not the gold label. It's not the vintage label, but it is 100% silk. It was in excellent condition, and I sold it for $28.98. Free shipping. It weighs next to nothing. So it was under $4 to ship. The next thing that I sold this week on eBay was this Beauty and the Beast Cogworth. It was just a little 8-inch plush. He was in great condition. You know, as with most things at Goodwill, they mark them with marker on the tag. I paid 99 cents for him at Goodwill. Was so cute. And I figured, actually, this is something that I didn't buy the couple visits that I went in there. And then I got it on half price day because they had it marked $1.99. And then I went back on half price day and I picked him up for half price. And I sold him for $9.99, and the buyer did get free shipping. So this is something that is very cute, but I would not pick it up again. Okay. And again, sometimes these things, you know, you're not, the profit is not hardly anything on some of these items, but it does provide movement and it does bring traffic to your store. All right. This is something else I will not purchase again. This we were curious about. It is a SeaWorld. Let me find the little, Sharks of SeaWorld. And you can see there, he had a embroidery on the sleeve. It had a little shark there on the on the chest plate. It was PT Sportswear. It was a vented performance shirt, but it just was not a good buy. We got this on half price day at Goodwill, so I believe we paid $2 for it. We sold it for $12.79, and the buyer got free shipping. It was very, very lightweight, but not a lot of profit there. We would not buy that again. All right. Okay, this next thing is actually something that I guess you consider it was free. It was the extra remote that we had in our old car that we've recently sold. We had a Yukon, and these were the remotes. The buyer that bought the car from us did not want the remotes, so we just kept them. They do work, but they are used, and so we said, oh, we'll just throw them on eBay. And I sold both of them. And I don't know if the other one's in this one this week or not, but I sold them for $14.39. They were under $3 to ship. So it's just something that we had laying around in a drawer. It is the entertainment remote, DVD remote. So we sold that for $14.39. All right, this next thing is, this was my personal Bible cover that I've had in my garage probably for 4 years that I've not used. I used to use it, but I no longer use it. So it literally has been sitting on a shelf in my garage for 4 years. And I thought, I'm going to throw it up on eBay. So I did, and I sold it for $20.98. It was a very, very lightweight. It was under $4 to ship. So I'm okay with finding something for my garage. So that just goes to show you, you don't have to go out spend money at the thrift stores or anything to sell things on eBay. You can look for things in your house that you're not using. But I knew that the Maggie Bee was a decent brand. So anyway, that was a fun little thing to throw on there real quick. All right, I was disappointed in this shirt because the comps that I had looked up were going for crazy prices, and I can't pronounce. It's Puma Marashuru. I'm not going to pronounce that right. It's a Hawaiian Guitars polo. And I paid $4.50 for this shirt. And I mean, I sold it for $21.22, free shipping. It was very lightweight, so it shipped first class. But I thought for sure I would. I mean, the comps that I sold, it was selling for like $60, $80. So I don't know. But it was a very good, high-quality shirt. But I couldn't get what I wanted out of it. But I'm still okay with what I did get out of it because there was still a profit there to be made. All right, I'm no longer picking up these Kohl's for Care stuffed animals. Some of them do well. I've sold this pigeon like 3 times. I mean, not this particular one, but I've sold the pigeon 3 different times. And it's just not something that I want to mess with just because the profit margin is just not what I want to mess with anymore. It does ship first class. I put him in a poly mailer, shipped him first class. He sold for $15.50. If you have the book with them, they tend to sell a little bit more. But I'm not going to be picking up these Kohl's for Kids plushies any longer. I guess unless I can get them for like quarter 10 cents at a yard sale. All right. All right. This last thing that I have sold was this week was this Bukachi Umo long sleeve button up shirt. I have 2 of these, and I sold one yesterday, which I'll put on next week's what sold video. But I've had this for about over a year, and I was just wanting it to go away. It was one of those things that I was about ready to pull and redonate. This used to be a good brand, this Bukachi Umo, but it's not anymore. They're nice quality shirts. They're just not selling right now. So, I mean, like what they used to, because this one did sell, so they are selling. But I sold it for $11.62 free shipping. It did ship first class, but it is not a brand that I will pick up any longer. And this is what this cause box, I just mentioned this, I believe, but this was in my FabFitFun box. Sold it for $18.99. I think that was the first thing that I mentioned. I'm not sure why I started the wrong one. Okay, this is the last thing. I sold this Gorham Gnome Piggy Bank. I had this listed on Etsy as well, and Mercari, but she sold on eBay. I had her listed less than a week. I listed her at an auction because I wasn't for sure. I paid, I think, $2 for her in an antique mall. They had a booth was on sale. You can see that she's $19.79. The little old lady does not sell for much. If she was the little man, like you see here, the little man gnome, he would have sold for a lot more money. But I bought her kind of for like the nostalgic, because I just remember these growing up, my parents dragging me to antique shops and collectible shops, and I just was always fascinated by them. But I did sell it for $9.99. It did have 2 bids, which was surprising, but the buyer did pay shipping, so made a little bit of money on that, and it was a fun piece to pick up. Okay, let me just double check, but I believe that those were my eBay sales for the week of March 25th through April 1st. So like I said, I sold 21 items. My gross sales were $355. So wasn't the greatest week. It was a slow week this past week. So I'm really hoping that eBay starts picking up again. But it is still, it's not a bad week. It's just not as a great week. So we'll see what next week, holds. And, anyway, I hope you guys are all having great sales. And, that is all for this week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.